I've seen things you people wouldn't believe.
All right. Welcome back, everyone, to episode number 65 of the Best Thing We've Seen podcast. My name is Flo.
And I'm Gabe. How are you?
Same as always. How about you?
Same as always, but a bit not so refreshed and full of food. So I'm in the perfect mood to talk about movies.
Make it sound like you make it sound like that's a bad thing, that you're not refreshed. I think people who haven't listened to the last episode have no idea what you just said.
Well, it would make me an alcoholic, I guess, but refreshed as in refreshments of the adult and carbonated kind.
Sure.
Or not carbonated,
Yeah.
We
Whatever
can go
you
into
like.
detail. But we don't have to. What have you been doing? Have you watched a lot this week?
It's a good week in terms of what I wouldn't say I watched a lot. I got two things.
Mm-hmm.
But they're two great things, and both would be viable picks. But yeah, I have to pick one. How about you?
Interesting. Yeah, I got two things as well. So I'm wondering if they're the same two.
I don't think so.
All right. Well, maybe one thing.
I
But who
think
knows?
so. I'm 100% sure.
Okay, but I have no idea what's going to be your pick. And if the other one is not what I think it is, I guess I'm in for another surprise.
Yeah, but I would be too. I don't know what your second pick is. We'll see. And you're in the mood for talking about movies. You said, yeah. You're gonna carry this episode. I want you to. I want you to.
I should carry the episode, sure. So I'm gonna start this episode off with saying thank you so much for joining us. Like you said, it's episode 65. We're getting on with the whole show. I mean, it's been dragging on for over a year. Thank you so much for still sticking around.
on. Wow, Jesus Christ.
No. I what's the vocabulary I'm looking for? It's
going on.
Sure. I want something bombastic, but I couldn't think of anything. So I said dragging on.
Which is literally the opposite.
But yeah, thank you so much for joining us. This is another regular episode. Here we talk about the best thing that we've seen all week. Anything from a movie to a TV show to maybe even a YouTube video. And as always, we have no idea what the other person's picks are going to be. Although, like we just mentioned, we have an idea what the other person might have seen. And yeah, I think it's, Jesus Christ, your turn to start off? I'm not sure.
Yes.
All right.
I believe it is. How many things do you have? So you got two in total.
Yeah. So one
I have
honorable.
like one throwaway. That's not even like, it's just going to take me 2 seconds.
Okay.
I think it's me. Yes. So I'll start off with one random thing, which is something I saw on Twitter, which is a post that another podcast did. A podcast that I'm not familiar with. I just, some people that I follow retweeted it and I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're called, I should have written this down, like the Dumb Dad. Yeah, there it is. Dumb Dad Pod, right?
Okay.
And there's literally, they posted a 30-second video. And it's fantastic. I don't think it has anything to do with the podcast. It's just one guy has a great idea and made a fun video.
Okay.
And it's literally a guy sort of holding a press conference and taking questions. But the twist on it is that he's just a dad telling them about his day and his struggles. And it's literally like in the ESPN format or whatever. Like, I don't know if you ever saw like an NBA press conference after where they ask the most stupid, like the most ridiculous and worst questions that you don't even need to ask because you already know the answer to. And the way he does it and the way he reacts, I mean, obviously he does it all, like I think he's the one who asked the questions too, like from off the screen, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it's brilliant. I can't, it's literally a 30-second video. It's fantastic. I retweeted it on our profile if you want to check that out at Best Thing Radio. It's up there. And I mean, they ask him like questions like, I saw, oh God, I can't recite it at all. I literally watched it 30 seconds ago, but I can't recite it at all. It's, hold on. I'm going to play it back and then I'm going to tell you one joke. We have to cut this because I don't know if we can include the audio file. Hold on. Okay, there it is. I got one. So the reporter asks him like, right before you went to the store, you called a timeout. Was there an attitude change after that? And he goes, yeah, I felt like we were losing it right there, but we pulled it back. We managed to get it back into like it's him. Just he tells his story about like his day with his kids. It's way better if you just watch the video. And he's awesome. I have never heard of this pod before, but yeah, it's a brilliant idea because I watch a lot of sports conferences, and yeah, he does it brilliantly. It's really funny. I don't think it's on YouTube or anything. I think it's just on Twitter at their page. It's called @DumbDadPod.
Huh. Yeah, I got to check it out after this episode.
Yeah,
And,
check out. Yeah. Go on our profile. I retweeted it.
I mean, 30 seconds is pretty much my attention span, so this is perfect.
Yeah, I know. Right, but my honorable, I don't know if you've seen this, and it pains me to say that it's my honorable because I did enjoy this quite a bit. And it's one of those days where I'm telling you about a movie that I've been looking forward to for multiple months, maybe even years. And it's called Boss Level. Okay, that's not your pick.
Yeah, I know the movie, but I wasn't aware that it's out.
It is on Amazon now.
Ah, okay.
You know the movie?
I've heard of it, yeah.
Where have you heard of this?
Is it the Ryan Reynolds movie?
No.
Or am I mixing it up?
Yes.
No, that's not the video game movie. Okay,
No.
sorry.
What's that called again? Oh, God. I know exactly what you mean. What's that one called with Taika Waititi and stuff?
With Taika Waititi, really?
Yeah. Oh, God.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds. It's called
Free Guy.
Free Guy. That's the one I'm thinking about. Right.
Boss Level where it's Free Guy.
And Boss Level kind of sounds like a video game thing, so that's
Fair
like
enough.
where my mind went immediately.
Fair enough, yeah.
So no, I just looked up Boss Level. It's got Mel Gibson in it, which isn't really a turn on for me, but
Well, he's just a side character. The
Okay.
main guy is Frank Grillo. And it's one of those movies that I just put on my watch list even before it was made because I wouldn't say I'm a huge fan, but I do enjoy some of the director's movies. Joe Carnahan, he did like The Grey and The A-Team, which I talked about, the remake, and many other things. And I saw that he was about to do a movie which is basically about a time loop and a guy who sort of wakes up every day and a lot of assassins are hunting him,
Okay.
and he doesn't know why, and he has to figure that out. I was like, my God. I really want to watch this, and it only took like fucking, I don't know, 1.5 years or something like that till it finally arrived over here. They did screen it like just before the pandemic in the US,
oh really? Okay.
but then obviously shit happened, and they now like released it over in the States like on Hulu, which is one of those streaming services that I would love to have over here. They have so many great things that I wanted to watch and talk about.
There's some things from Hulu on Disney Plus once again, like Solar Opposites, where the second season just came out. I'm watching it right now, and it premiered on Hulu, and now all the episodes are coming out on Disney Plus like week after week. So I don't know if they have like a deal or something.
But it takes time to get over here. No,
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
fair
It's
enough,
not like instantly.
Mm-hmm.
But once again, this movie, obviously the pandemic, like every other movie that came out, that sort of, that they couldn't release it the way they wanted to, and now it's over on Hulu there, and it's available on Amazon over here, and it's good, man. I mean, I don't think you would enjoy this one bit.
Yeah.
I don't think you would, and it's funny because I mean, it's got that sci-fi element of like him waking up every day. It's like Groundhog Day or Edge of Tomorrow, more like Edge of Tomorrow because it's more of an action spectacle like that.
Right, yeah.
But I watched a very interesting interview with both the director and Frank Grillo afterwards, and I mean, they're just both like literal alpha males. I mean, and I think they want to be called that too. I couldn't.
I love the description.
Yeah, I couldn't think of two more fitting guys than those two for that description. And I'm not saying that's necessarily a good or a bad thing. You know, I just feel like, but I really do like both of their work, and I think Frank Grillo is fantastic in this. And I told you, it's like him waking up every day, and he's narrating the whole thing.
Okay.
And he sort of talks to the audience and tells them, or not like, I don't think it's ever mentioned that he's talking to an audience, but that's just the way it feels. And he's sort of explaining everything that happens. And he's just like, yeah, he basically has the whole day down to a T, and every assassin that comes to get him, he's just like, he knows exactly what they're going to do and when they're going to do it. So he's just like, he wakes up in the morning and there's a guy like with a there's a guy trying to kill him instantly, and he just has all the moves down and just one move there and eliminates him. Then he gets up and grabs a coffee while another guy comes with a machine gun, and he just walks through the bullets because he knows exactly where they're going to be. It's that kind of movie. I think that sets it up pretty well. Don't take it too seriously. If you're into sci-fi and you want a good explanation why everything is happening, watch a different movie. Joe Carnahan talked about this. It's like he doesn't give a shit of how it works. It's just important that it works for an interesting movie.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's got some cheesy elements. As you said, Mel Gibson is in it. I can tell you he's the villain. It's not a spoiler at all. He's trying to get to him. Yeah.
He looks like the mentor or something like that.
No, he's definitely not.
Okay.
100% not. You got Naomi Watts in this.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's got an interesting cast. Michelle Yeoh and what's the guy's name from Community? Ken Jeong.
Oh, yeah.
As a bartender. Yeah, he's got a fun little part in it. It's not. It is not a time travel, but one of those repeating day movies, and I can watch them all. Like I'm not tired of them by any means. They follow the same principles and they have the same sort of jokes, but I find them really, really watchable and enjoyable.
I mean, you said this wouldn't be a movie for me, and at the start it kind of seems like it, but I do love these repeating days, time travel like movies, like you said, Groundhog Day, Day After Tomorrow, and I even kind of enjoyed the one we watched in the sneak preview quite some time ago with the really long title, at least in I think the German version. What's it called?
Which one was that?
This teenage girl, I think being there's something she like repeats day after day because she gets hit by a car or something like that. We watched it like 3 years ago. It's got some awful ratings. I completely forgot the name, sadly.
I can't remember this at all.
Maybe you weren't there for that one. I do think so, but who knows?
Tell me more. What happens in this, bro?
I mean, I don't exactly remember, but it's about this young blonde girl going to high school, and I don't know what exactly it was, but I think she just goes to sleep every night and then wakes up the next day, and it's still yesterday, and this happens time after time. And I don't think it's with death in this one, and then she kind of tries to convince everybody, of course, but it doesn't work, and it's got this big reveal why all this is happening, which was okay. But I even enjoyed that one. What's it called? Groundhog Day like movies.
Oh God, I literally spaced out. Like I can't remember anything about the film, but the more you talk about it, the more it comes back.
To be honest, I don't remember a lot of it. But yeah, that boss level. But I can't find the movie. Christ.
Do you know who was in it?
No idea. No freaking idea. Sadly, time loop movies. 12 Days of... No.
This is riveting stuff. I love it, though. I want to get to the bottom of this.
I'm gonna cut some things out. Before I Fall, with who in the lead?
With Zoe Deutsch.
Yes.
Of course.
Extremely long name in the German version.
Does it?
Like, wenn du stirbst, zieht dein ganzes Leben an dir vorbei, sagen sie.
Translate that shit.
But
I completely forgot about this film.
It was I think I remember the ending, but that's pretty much it. But I think I kind of enjoyed it, even though it's not a good movie. But just the whole concept is so much fun.
I agree. Apparently, I gave it a 6 out of 10. It's a decent film.
There you go. I gave it let's look this up. A 5 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. Oh wow. Okay. I remember enjoying it more than I apparently did.
I mean, if you enjoy 5 out of 10s, I think boss level for you would be a 5 out of 10. But I liked it a lot, man.
I remember there's this episode of Movie Fights on the Screen Junkies YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Where they invited Elijah Wood, who's been on there like 1 or 2 times. He's a great guy. I would love to meet him. But one of the categories is like, what movie would you choose if you're like stuck on an island or whatever, and you can only watch one movie for the rest of your life?
Okay.
Which one would it be? And Elijah Wood said Groundhog Day, because the whole element of repeating itself wouldn't get as old as a normal movie would that just repeats itself, because he thinks there's just so many things hidden in every time he wakes up. So there's like so many layers in the movie, because it just takes the whole movie itself apart and shows different angles to it.
Right.
And if you would just watch one movie, you would just get tired of the experience, which I think is a fair argument, you know?
I mean, that's kind of though like pointing out the obvious like the obviously shit situation that you're in. Like if I'm in that situation, I don't really think I want to watch a movie about it too. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it would make it more relatable, right? Instead of, I don't know, watching.
But what's the goal?
Because it's less about the story, of course, then it's just more about the experience. Because whatever you're going to watch, the story is going to get old one way or another. If you're going to watch it, I don't know, 50 times or over the rest of your life because there's nothing else to watch.
Yeah. I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, I would watch Boss Level. Oh,
yeah, for the rest of your life.
I don't know about that. It was interesting because the making of the film was really, really difficult too. They talked about it in the interview because the producers or the so-called producers of the film really left them hanging so many ways and didn't pay them enough. And apparently they shot the whole film. They wanted to shoot it in 43 days, but they had to cut it down to, I don't remember the exact number, like 27 or 29 days, which is kind of insane for a movie like this, even though it is an indie movie, but they wanted obviously more time. So you can really, really, if you listen to that interview, you can feel the bitterness towards the producers and the struggle that they all went through, because I think Grillo was also a producer. Right. And they sort of, together with one other guy, really made this whole thing happen, and it's a passion project. And what's really, really sweet about it, which I didn't know until I saw the interview afterwards, is that his son, Frank Grillo's son in the movie, is played by his real life son. And
okay.
Yeah,
cute.
that was cute. I like that movie a lot, man. Let's talk about your honorable, but it's not for everyone by any means, and I don't really think you would enjoy this because, I think if it had more of a sci-fi element to it, then you would enjoy it. But as I said, it's really, really more about you don't really need to know why it works. As I said before, it's just like you have to enjoy the story for what it is, really.
Yeah, right. Well, I might give it a shot, especially if it's free on Amazon Prime.
Well, it's not.
Oh, okay. Well, then I won't.
Well, it's only $5 though.
Okay.
It's really good.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm afraid my honorable might be your pick. So I'm going to start off with a bit of another honorable pick, which I kind of forgot about, which is not really something that I watched, it's something that I saw. I got an email today that I might get vaccinated in 2 weeks, which is just awesome,
Seriously?
I want to just throw it in there, yeah, because the place I work at, we're in a certain group of people because we got to do, we got to like see customers, etc. So, and apparently they're starting vaccinations in the next like 2 weeks. There's an initiative going on, and yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm so excited for that.
That was the honorable you mentioned.
That's just what I want to throw out just before that, It's technically actually like the best thing that I've seen all week, that email. Yeah. But no, my honorable mention is The Mitchells versus the Machines, which might be your pick.
It is.
Okay. So want to start talk about your pick, because I think it's more
How is that not
dear
your
to your
pick?
heart. I'm going to talk about it. Why, by the way, don't you explain
start
what
off.
the movie's...
Go on. No, you do it. I
why
just
you
talked
didn't
enough.
like it, or
Yeah,
what the movie's about?
Anything.
Well, just for anybody who doesn't know, The Mitchells vs. the Machines is a new animation movie that just launched on Netflix. It's a Netflix original, and it's by the Sony Animation Studio, which did Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, I think, most recently. And it's quite the same animation style. And it's about, of course, a family on a road trip. And while they're on that road trip, the machines rise up and there's a bit of a apocalypse going on at this quite quirky, unlikely family, which has some family problems, of course.
I just figured out what your pick is going to be. I'm so sorry to interrupt you. Oh,
no.
God.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
There's, of course, some conflict, and they have to survive the whole thing and, of course, save the world. And I just wasn't a huge fan of it because, well, when I heard about this movie, which just went way over my head, I didn't even realize that it was on Netflix. But then a colleague of mine pointed it out. It's a fun movie. I did enjoy it, but I think just a whole lot of the humor and the story just felt so flat for me because I felt like I knew where this movie was going, like right from the start, and there were so many like jokes misleading you, and then it's something else is actually happening. Pretty much every time I could figure it out before, and so many just moments fell flat for me that I was just a bit disappointed, to be honest.
I said this before. That's just the most outrageous thing you've said in 65. Not the most outrageous thing, sorry, but I thought you would love this movie, and it is. I think it's one of the funniest movies I've seen the entire year.
Oh, really?
And not a single joke fell flat. And it's.
Okay.
What do you mean you saw everything coming in terms of the story? I mean, what,
Like
that
the
they're going to win?
No, of course, no.
Spoiler.
But like the drama that's going to ensue shortly before the end, the whole thing that's going to be like take place, and just so many things that just seemed like, I don't know, like those jokes that I've seen so many times before. And yeah, I mean, let's say it like this: I enjoyed the first half a whole lot more than I did the second
Okay.
half.
Yeah.
Because in the second half, like the story unfolds more than most of those moments came that I just anticipated right from the get-go. But what I loved is the animation style. Once again, I think that's one of the best things also about Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. It just looks gorgeous, the whole movie.
Yeah, it really does.
But the whole quirky family thing seemed a bit too much at times.
I mean, I agree that the whole father-daughter element was a bit like too much, or not too much, but yeah, I didn't need so many of interactions between the two of them where I feel like I agree there. Like I knew where it was eventually going to go.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, especially the kid, the son, every line he said was fantastic.
I do agree. I think the son was one of the funniest characters.
Yeah, and just I think this is such an original movie, and I love, like, obviously Olivia Colman voices the villain, which is a great choice. And just the jokes that they did with the whole electronic devices. I was literally laughing out loud multiple times, especially towards the end when she sort of tells a passionate story about her family to the phone and to the villain, and you just cut to the phone and she's in sleep mode. I mean, that was fantastic. I thought it was going to be some sort of reaction like that, but to actually put her in sleep mode, I had to laugh out so loud.
I do agree it's funny that she was in sleep mode, but that was also one of those things that I just thought would happen, and just because like those speeches in movies, I thought it was kind of nice that she kind of ignored it for once and didn't like have a change of heart. But like those whole speeches, the whole thing, I don't know, it just seemed like it was done in a, like it was just such an equation of what you need to have in an animation movie, and also like the conflict that they had before everything is going well, and then of course it isn't, so it isn't as easy, and then they have to prove to each other how much they actually mean to each other and the lessons they've learned along the way. I guess it's like it's a proven concept in movies, but I know, I feel like I've seen it too many times now.
Well, every movie does it though.
I know, but this movie just pointed it out even more. I thought it just, I know, maybe I just noticed it more there, or maybe I just expected so much of this movie when I heard of it and heard that it was from the same studio that Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and everything. I don't know. Maybe my expectations were too high. I don't know. But do you want to run a clip for the people?
For sure. We do everything for the people. Let's run a little clip of that trailer for The Mitchells versus the Machines.
Let it begin.
The last humans must be here somewhere. Wait.
They're coming.
Is that a burnt orange 1993 station wagon? Or is it...
Who are these unstoppable warriors?
We're the Mitchells, the only people who can save the world. I'm super sorry, everyone.
Let me introduce myself. I'm Katie. I'm sort of a weirdo.
My parents haven't figured me out yet. To be fair, it took me a while to figure myself out.
My brother, also weird.
Hi, would you like to talk to me about dinosaurs? No. Okay, thank you.
And my mom.
Katie face cupcakes.
All of us, really.
How about we put our phones down and we can make 10 seconds of unobstructed family eye contact. Starting now. See, this is good right here. This is natural.
Yeah. I have not heard it. Have you seen this trailer?
I haven't.
Yeah. I love the movie, man. That's all I can say. I think it's fantastic.
I think it's a movie for the masses. I think it's just most people can enjoy it in some way. I just hoped it would be more, and then I saw something else that brought me more joy, I guess, than this did. So yeah. I had to put it as my honorable.
as you know, I'm not a big fan of animated movies.
Mm-hmm.
That always says like that always sounds like I don't like him. It's just like I don't I don't seek them out, or I don't watch as many as other people maybe. But this one I heard many great things about it, and actually I think I did watch the trailer, but just like the first 30 seconds, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch this, and yeah, it worked completely for me. I mean, I love the elements of like the two robots that turn good for a little bit of time, voiced by Fred Armisen and what is it, Beck Bennett, two SNL alumni.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's got Maya Rudolph in there as well.
Maya Rudolph? Yeah.
Was she in SNL? She seems like one of those
for sure.
Typical. Yeah. Okay. SNL's cast members
for sure. Yeah, it's got an interesting cast with Danny McBride voicing the main voice, the father,
and Abby Jacobson, who does the main character's voice in Disenchantment.
Yeah.
Disenchantment. Sorry, got this wrong as well on the episode.
Yeah. And I think the kid is voiced by the director or the writer, one of the two.
I thought his voice was so weird because it just doesn't seem like the voice of a child. But that kind of made it more funny.
Abby Jacobson is 36 years old.
But she sounds young.
Yeah, but she's 36.
I know, but the guy's like 30 and the kid's like 10.
No, I agree.
One of the voice actors, I think, is also
Conan.
What's this? Alex Hirsch, who is the creator of Gravity Falls, another great animated show.
Okay.
For anybody who hasn't seen it.
Yeah, it's in Conan O'Brien, Blake Griffin. Yeah,
who was Conan O'Brien?
He was the guy on the when they, I think it was when the humans are all like transported with that little pod thing. Right. And he was the sort of the video that's usually on airplanes where they tell you about the trip you're about to take.
Yeah, right.
He's that guy who sort of tells everyone what's going to happen now.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, one scene that, to wrap it up, that I keep thinking back of like the scenes that I'm trying to remember the ones that really made me laugh.
Mm-hmm.
There was this one in the mall where they sort of have to actually go to plan B after all when plan A didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, all right, we have to go to Silicon Valley, and the one robot comes over there, and there's a chance you can make it, but then he goes into this, but you're all gonna fail, this epic thing, and the dad just goes like, oh yeah, not now, and he's like sad that he can't have his evil speech or whatever. I am I can't even talk about it anymore. I'm in shock that you didn't enjoy this as much as I did. I thought you'd enjoy this much more than I did, even, because for me this is like a 8.5, something like that. I thought you would love this. Yeah.
Okay, I would give it like a 6.5.
Yeah.
I give it a 6.
That's outrageous, but
I know.
Okay. I
have to say,
your opinion. I respect your opinion.
I think the joke was just funnier when you just told it to me than when I watched it.
Which
in
one
the movie about the robot trying to do his speech. I was like, oh, okay, I get it, but
yeah, I'm in shock. Talk about your pick. I want to bash that shit. What is it? Shadow and Bone? Fuck that. Come on.
Yeah, fuck that. It's sorry. All right. You just sound like the stereotypical Italian guy.
Get the fuck out of here. Shadow and Bone. No offense to any Italians out there. We love and respect you.
No, my pick is Assembled.
Oh, it's not Shadow and Bone.
It's no, fuck Shadow and Bone. It looks awful. I wouldn't watch that shit.
What is happening to you? This is your show, no? This has you written
Shadow
all over
Bone.
it.
What?
It's got like the best ratings too ever made. Best. It doesn't
mean anything.
Oh no,
People
it's
don't
a
know
7.9. I agree. Have you watched Mitchell versus the Machine?
Shadow and Bone seems like this cheap fucking Netflix show with those teen actors that all look fucking like they were cast straight from a modeling agency instead of like an acting studio.
But this is like the show at the moment.
I don't care.
No, but you watch those, and this is like this drama, fantasy, mystery thing that you love.
No, there's so many of those big shows that
I don't know you
never
anymore.
watched like Riverdale or what's the other one with like the people in like the high fucking period costumes. It was like this huge fucking show also for a while. What's it called? Bridgerton? Was it Bridgerton?
Yeah, Bridgerton.
Yeah. But no, I don't care. I really don't want to see Shadow and Bone. It looks god awful.
I got it all wrong.
Sorry for bashing Shadow and Bone for anybody out there enjoying this show. I haven't seen it, so what the fuck do I know? But it doesn't seem like something that's for me. But no, I watched Assembled, which is the making of WandaVision and the Falcon versus the Winter Soldier, both of which weren't my picks.
I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
But the thing is, I only fully watched the WandaVision episode. I didn't finish the Winter Soldier one. Falcon and Winter Soldier, and now that Flo is gone, let's talk about him. What a fucking cunt. He really is gone. Okay. No, it's the making of those shows, and it's fucking beautifully made. Because the thing is, I love those making offs of things that I have no idea how they even made this. Because WandaVision was quite it's quite high. High budget effects, yeah, high budget effects and stunts and whatever, and especially like the end scenes, the whole flying thing. And it's so interesting how they made it, especially showing like the first couple of episodes mimicking those old sitcoms, and they actually brought in a studio audience. All that laughter was from the studio. They didn't just use special effects for that, just the sound effects.
Which is pre-pandemic, sorry? Must have been, right?
Some of it must have been during the pandemic, because there were scenes like behind the scenes things that they showed, and they showed like extras, and when they panned around they showed they had masks on. So
okay,
apparently it was sometime during the pandemic.
Apparently. You have watched that video.
I
right?
have watched it, and I actually had to take a spit take
yeah.
while I watched the apparently video of the kid.
I'm gonna let you. I'm so sorry, but just because
please.
we're on it, I watched it back too, and this is one line where it's literally like a stand-up comedian delivering his line where he goes like, "I was on the, I don't know what it was now, and I was scared half to death." The best thing I've seen.
It is, yeah, probably as well. No, but it's great. Apparently,
yes,
it's so well made, or so cool to see how they did those special effects, and of course how they did the whole also makeup of Paul Bettany's character who plays Vision.
Yeah.
When they used it, how they used it, and how they did all of those effects in the first couple of episodes, because of course Wanda has those superpowers where she can manipulate objects and fly, etc. And in the later episodes, when it becomes more of this typical Marvel production, they show her usual powers as they did in like Endgame and whatever. Or I don't know if they were in Endgame, but you know what I mean.
I do know what you mean, yeah.
And then they showed how they did in the first couple of episodes, because if you don't know how WandaVision is kind of like structured, like the first couple of episodes are set in the 50s, 60s, and the decades increase with each episode, and each episode looks like a different sitcom from that time. And the first one or second one, she does it, she like is on the set, like the whole thing, and like a whole apartment, everything looks like it's like it did in Bewitched, the old show. And also her magic effects look that way, you know, when like the pots are floating and everything, like the recipes, etc. And they showed how they did that with like these very thin cables, and the production guy, the special effects guy who they pitched this to, and he said like he was mentored by the guys who actually did Bewitched. So he always wanted to do that kind of stuff, and now he got a chance to do that. And so many cool things that you never would have thought to even think about how they did this. And of course how they did, like I said, the whole special effects on Paul Bettany's character, because they had to use another color, because they just couldn't like do red or green color and then do like the screen effect, because it doesn't work as well with like black and white.
Right.
And yeah, the whole flying thing, like at the end, the whole like the fight scenes, it's fucking ludicrous. The amount of work that goes into that, and it's so cool to see. I love to see those behind the scenes videos, normally like 2 or 3 minutes long, and to get this whole mini documentary about it is amazing. I enjoyed it, to be honest, more than the show. And
yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
One day I also talk like about the intro songs and everything, how they did those, and like the themes they were going for. I thought to myself, dude, this looks amazing. I want to watch this show. And then I remembered I did, and it's not as good than it's made to look in the making of.
Sure. We actually have a clip.
Of assembled.
Yes.
A clip.
You can
cool.
choose between the making of WandaVision and the making of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Well, let's do WandaVision.
Yeah?
Let's go.
I mean, you can cut one together, like you can cut like a fusion
the
trailer
way.
together.
Guess who?
Oh, is that my host behind me?
It certainly is.
Lovely to make your acquaintance.
Cameras are rolling. Welcome to the first live sitcom taping in Marvel Studios history.
I haven't been in front of a live audience since 1884.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
The first time I heard about the concept, I thought it was brilliant.
It's such an homage to American sitcoms throughout the 20th century. The Marvel MCU is the largest episodic experiment ever.
When you're on these big films and you get all those pieces moving, it feels really special.
It's such a beautiful puzzle box.
So excited to finally be able to say this out loud.
It's going to be so exciting for our fans to dissect the way it unravels.
We are in uncharted waters.
All right. This was probably the one from WandaVision that we just put in there. But I did also watch the first half of the Winter Soldier.
Let's run a clip. Here it is. We have a
Falcon Winter Soldier. The thing is, it's interesting as well, but it's less like the making of and more like the idea behind it and why they did it this way and etc. Like the whole idea of course, passing on a mantle and if he wants to do it as etc. and why they want to do it as a show, etc. and like the possibilities opening up with Disney Plus. And I mean, something that I didn't enjoy as much, but it kind of got better as time went on in the mini docus is the actors don't seem like they're being interviewed. They just seem like they're rattling off whatever their media training told them to.
Great.
Like, it's such an interesting thing, It's awesome to be part of something so amazing, etc. But you do get some interesting glimpses, especially something interesting that I found was Elizabeth Olsen talking about acting skills that you're taught in acting school, how to act in like those over the top like comedies and film noir things, and everybody then thinking to themselves, why the fuck did I learn this? She didn't say fuck, of course, because nobody does those kinds of movies anymore. But now she kind of got a chance to finally do something like that,
Right.
And I have to say, the actress playing, I think Morgan something. Ooh, what's the
Carly
person called?
Morgenthau?
No. Like her character is called something Morgan. She plays the child in Captain Marvel, and then she.
What?
She's the woman who from SWORD who then enters the barrier and is part of the sitcom before being thrown out.
Oh. Which name were you looking for?
Morgan something, I think.
The actress's name.
No, her character.
Her character's name, Rambo.
Rambo, not Morgan. Rambo, yeah. She seems delightful.
I love that old-timey WandaVision type of word you use to describe her. Yeah,
it's really nice. No, it's cool to see how that's made and to also get a glimpse of why they did things they did, like the way they did it in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Sure. And
also seeing them like walking around with masks on sets, which is cool and everything, but I don't know how much use they are. I feel like around all those people all day and get like they're really fucking close to each other. But
yeah, I'm sure they test it every day.
I think
she's called Monica Rambeau, so you weren't far
Monica
off.
Rambeau.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
But yeah, that's my pick. I mean, I expected you to watch this just because you're even more of a Marvel fan than I am, and you were like more on top of these like making of videos, etc.
No, but this is not like, this is an ongoing show, isn't it? I mean, they're going to have more of these episodes when Loki and Black Widow is coming out. This is like sort of a behind.
Fair enough.
This is not like a show that was now released, right?
I mean, I think it just came out with both episodes at once. I don't think there was a WandaVision episode and then like a month later they brought up
so.
Really?
Apparently,
okay, maybe I just didn't notice
apparently
it.
On IMDb, it's March 12th, WandaVision, and April 30th for Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Okay, my bad. So let's just say my pick is the WandaVision episode, just in case the Loki episode is amazing.
I haven't watched this, but I'm sure I'll get around to it because I do love those behind the scenes things, especially, I mean, if you say they're good.
Yeah,
for sure.
Watching the show, it's cool how they kind of evoke like these 50s, 60s show feelings. But then they talk about how they did this, and of course, then also talking about the more unsettling scenes. And Elizabeth Olsen mentioned that they incorporated some camera techniques and etc. from the Twilight Zone to bring out that more creepy feeling in those scenes, which is a really cool idea.
Yeah. Speaking of a delightful person, I think Elizabeth Olsen is delightful.
I love her.
Yeah, me
she's
too.
Great.
Me too. You mentioned you had a crush on Zazie Beetz.
As well.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I have a crush on Elizabeth Olsen. What did you say? Sorry.
On everybody. I think I just need somebody. Give me a call. I might be the best thing that you've seen.
It's a great chat-up line. Yeah, I actually I think yesterday saw for the first time, I don't know why this slipped by me, the FallonVision sketch.
Excuse me?
Have you, what?
Okay, no, sorry. I just understood the phallus. Like
you hear what you want to hear. No, the FallonVision,
okay,
Jimmy Fallon.
Okay, gotcha.
They did like a sketch when WandaVision first came out, where Jimmy Fallon goes through time and has like an old-timey talk show, and Elizabeth Olsen is always the guest, and they travel through time, and it's quite smart because Elizabeth Olsen sort of confronts him in character and says like, Jimmy, why are you doing this? Kind of like in the show. And is it like because you want the audience back, and because it was like obviously mid-pandemic, and it's an interesting adaptation of the WandaVision concepts, and it works really well for the talk show elements. And yeah, Lizzie Olsen was great in it too.
Interesting.
And Fallon is, you can say what you want about Fallon, but he's got interesting ideas, and he's good in this too. I respect him a lot for what he does. He was not my favorite talk show host, but he comes up with great ideas, and I think he's very passionate about it, which is good.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of his like talk show hosting, but I like, for example, his Golden Globes intro like 5 years ago, whenever La La Land came out, was also hilarious.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah,
with Kit. Yeah, I remember it very well. It was also
like
with Kit Harington. Yeah, and Jon Snow waking up and shit.
Right.
Yeah. And the great cut of him being Gosling with the little hair flock in front of his face. Brilliant.
So erotic.
Yeah.
And even a small cameo with like Amy Adams and people in hazmat suits in the background because of Arrival, which just made the whole thing great.
Perfect, yeah. Yeah, The Woman in the Window, the Amy Adams film. I've heard...
Today?
Sorry?
Coming out today, right?
No.
Or
I
next
just
week.
saw that someone... is it going to be out next week?
I think this Friday or next Friday.
On what platform?
Netflix.
Oh, is it on Netflix now? See, I completely lost track of this movie. May 14th, you're right.
Okay, next week.
I just saw that someone posted someone watched it on my Letterboxd friend list.
And what are the ratings like?
No, it's embargoed, so they can't talk about it yet.
Interesting.
I think this is going to be a terrible movie. I'm sorry to say that, but
might be.
Speaking of the Globes, you made a beautiful transition into what I want to talk about to wrap up the show, which is obviously the Academy Awards, which we haven't done. Just the winners and everything. I don't know. Have you followed this? No, because we had this special, didn't we?
Yeah.
We pretended like we saw them 2 weeks ago, but we didn't.
Why didn't we go over them very quickly last week? Or maybe
during the special? Well, you mentioned that Hopkins won, but that's about it.
Right. Okay. That was it.
Have you watched the Oscars, or have you watched like the highlights? Or
I didn't even watch the highlights. I just saw the winners. And the thing is, I heard that, I don't know if you watched like clips of it, but that they didn't allow people to like tune in from, I don't know, from their homes or anything, that they had to be in attendance, which is so fucking stupid. I mean, why?
Either attendance, or they had to go to designated streaming areas where it's ridiculous. That's why Anthony Hopkins couldn't be there, because he didn't want to go to Dublin, I think it was, or wherever that pod was set up. And that's why he had to post like an acceptance speech from his home in Wales like the day after or whatever. I think it was the day after. Yeah, it's so weird, man. I don't know why they did that either.
But did you watch any like winning clips, any speeches or whatever?
I don't think I actually did, which is weird for me.
In a long time, yeah.
I did see Hopkins, that speech.
Apparently, it is a very weird moment at the end, because they delayed the Best Actor category until the very end, which is
Yeah.
normally the Best Picture category. So apparently everybody assumed it would be Chadwick Boseman. So apparently even the camera guy cut to Chadwick Boseman's family for
Yeah.
the reaction, and then it wasn't.
Yeah,
him.
it was. I saw people reacting on Twitter and saying that's a bigger mistake the Academy did than 2 or 3 years ago with the La La Land or whatever that was, because it all led up to Chadwick winning, as you said, and I think even some of the as you just said, some of the production crew thought he would win, but the Academy then did a 180.
Yeah, they did. I mean, there was no like apparent reason, right, why they would do this, why they would like delay it until after the Best Picture category.
Yeah, I think it's. I thought about this. As you said, I just said as you said. I think 4 or 5 times within a minute.
Apparently, yeah.
The Best Picture category is usually the last one, and I kind of like that the Best Actor or Actress are at the end. I don't know what I would prefer going forward, because for whatever reason, I feel like it's a more prestigious award to win Best Actor than Best Film. I don't really care about the Best Film award at all.
Fair enough. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I respect the Actor award, but the Best Film is usually something so... I don't feel attached to those picks ever, really.
Yeah. I mean, because when somebody wins like the Best Actor Oscar, you're more inclined to look out for that actor, but if somebody wins the Best Picture award, it's like, okay, cool. You can't really follow anybody for that, because it's like the culmination of like director, producer, etc. Everybody.
Could you list... I'm going to put you on the spot. Could you list like the last 3 Best Picture winners, excluding Nomadland?
I think so, yeah. Green Book.
I would have to think about it too. I don't
Shape
know.
of Water was like 1 or 2 before that.
Yeah.
And then we had... Fuck, I actually thought about this quite
last
recently
year,
because of the...
It was Parasite.
Oh, sorry,
wasn't it?
Parasite. All right, then Parasite, Green Book.
There was one in between that.
Was there? No, like Green Book was the one before Parasite, right?
I don't think so. I think it was Parasite, then there was one other thing, and then it was Green Book. I think.
Oh, okay, interesting. You gotta think about this.
I'm not sure. I think so, though, no? Once again, riveting radio while we Google the award, but I almost got it.
Listen to us Google.
Yeah.
The most riveting sound.
Here it is. Nomadland, we had Parasite. Then we have...
Green Book, yeah?
God damn it. You're right, yeah. Feels like it was ages ago.
And then Shape of Water, right?
Yeah. That was 17, yeah. And what about Best Actor winners? It's just a quiz at this point.
Anthony Hopkins. Last year it was Joaquin Phoenix, and before that it was for Darkest Hour, Gary Oldman. Am I correct?
I think it was Rami Malek, no? For Bohemian Rhapsody? And
No, he was just
that
nominated.
was Darkest Hour.
He didn't win.
He did win.
Did he?
Yeah. No, you're
I
right
thought
with
they were
Darkest Hour.
nominated
Darkest
the
Hour was the
same
year
year.
before. No.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought they were nominated the same year.
No,
Okay.
Remy was 2 years ago, yeah.
Really, for Best Actor in Leading Role?
That was the controversy. Yeah.
Ah.
I mean, he was great. The movie wasn't that good.
He was good. Yeah, I don't think I didn't expect him to win Best Actor, but I don't know who else was nominated that year. So fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, it
Flo,
was.
give me Best Actresses.
It was Bradley Cooper, wasn't he? I thought I was rooting for Cooper to win for Stars Born and Best Actor.
Right.
But everyone
He
sort of
was great.
anticipated Rami Malek to win. Best Actresses, we have Frances McDormand. It was this year?
of course,
last year? Oh God, what was last year's? It was it Renée Zellweger for?
Yeah.
Was that last year? Judy?
Yeah, for Judy, yeah.
And then the year before that, oh my God, I have no idea. Was that
I'm not
Frances
sure
was
either.
2017 again with Billboards, right? I think I'm missing one.
Laura Dern was supporting actress, and so leading actress. Oh, no, sorry, Laura Dern was the same year as Zellweger.
Yeah, last year.
So, so what was the year before?
Oh, it was Olivia Colman.
Of course, the favorite. Yeah.
What a beautiful way to wrap up this episode.
What a transition, yeah. It was all planned.
Yeah, I just wanted to get a quick recap. Obviously, we're missing many of the Oscar movies.
So
They're still
many,
not out yet, but yeah, we'll talk about those as soon as we can.
In the summer, probably.
Yeah.
That's when most of them are going to come out.
Yeah, I've sort of now recovered from your bad taste in movies, and I can now say once again, please seek out Mitchell's versus the Machines. It's one of the best movies of the year.
The ratings are amazing. It had an 8.1 on IMDb the first time I looked it up. It went down to, I think, an 8.0. And it's also a...
That was your rating.
I made a difference. But yeah, everybody loves it. I'm the odd man out here. Watch it. I think you're most likely gonna enjoy it. So,
what's the best thing you've seen in 2021? That's my final question this year, because I just said it's one of the best movies of the year, and I'm thinking back, like, I don't know what great movies we've had this year.
I think it's still Pieces of a Woman.
Pieces of a Woman, yeah, fair enough.
Just because of the performance, I would have loved for her to win. Which, I mean, no offense, Frances McDormand was amazing, and
yeah,
I wouldn't say she didn't deserve it, but I thought her performance, Vanessa Kirby's performance, was just more, just stood out to me more.
Yeah,
but, yeah,
she was terrific for sure.
What was your favorite of 2021?
I don't know, man. I'm thinking of shows mainly. Like, I know this much is true, but in terms of movies, maybe The Kid Detective and Empty Man. But other than that, I don't
gotta watch Kid Detective.
I was so happy to hear that one of our dearest listeners, Leon, he sent me a message and said he watched both of those movies and got a kick out of both of them, especially The Kid Detective, which I'm sure you would enjoy more as well.
Talking about Leon, shout out to him for commenting under pretty much every video.
Yeah, you did that last week.
I love it.
He's getting too much publicity. Stop right here.
We did last week already. So
yeah, you did that last year.
I am getting
last week. Yeah. Let's wrap up this shit show of an episode.
Come on. I thought it was fine.
No, that was endearing.
An endearing shit show. Oh, okay.
We were dragging on for over a year now. What do you say? Come on.
Fair enough.
Right. Thank you so much for listening. I hope Gabe finds his movie taste till next week, and we'll talk about Shadow and Bone next week, right? I'm so surprised. I'm so surprised with so many things you talked about this week. I thought you would enjoy that show too.
Who knows? Maybe if I give it a try, but
yeah,
I don't know.
But that means next week, Woman in the Window.
If we have time, but I think so. Yeah, we record late on Friday or on Saturday. Why not?
Sure. I think we should do that.
Yeah.
One of your favorites again.
Yeah, I do love her, but after Hillbilly Elegy, who knows?
She is delightful.
She is delightful.
Please wrap it up.
Yeah, as always, thank you so much for listening. It's been a blast, and you can check us out on any podcast platforms. We're available pretty much anywhere from Spotify to Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, YouTube, etc. Check us out at Best Thing Radio on Instagram and Twitter. There you can check out our cover art that Flo designs every week. It's also, of course, our thumbnail on YouTube. And yeah, consider dropping a like, a subscribe, and if you know anybody who loves movies or hates Mitchell and the Machines as much as I do, do drop them a link. They might enjoy it. It would help out a great deal. And yeah, thank you so much for stopping by, and we hope to entertain you or bore you or whatever next week. And yeah,
I'd love to entertain you. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.